Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. I hope your day is off to a good start. I am just kind of plowing through with some more candle reviews. And the candle reviews that are coming out now are pretty much just focused on new fall releases. I'm I have a disclaimer about this one because it is no longer readily available right now. It has sold out at QVC, which is where it was originally released in a set of 2. However, sometimes these scents that are released on QVC do sometimes show up on the Homeworx website. Sometimes they show up at Ulta. I'm just not 100% sure that this one is gone for sure this year. And obviously there is a decent chance that it might come back either next year or the following year. It might be called something different, but there is a good chance that this one would come back. So I'm still gonna go ahead and review it. Another thing to keep in mind is that quite frequently over on QVC, you might notice that there are candles that pop up in the as is section, and what that means is that someone probably got the duo, opened the box, smelled it, and thought, nope, this isn't for me, and so they sent it right back to QVC. So that's what could happen. I will warn you though, I do not believe that QVC really does much in the way of quality control when it comes to as is. And I have certainly seen many people who have received candles that are either halfway burned or completely burned, or there are different scents that people returned that were not supposed to be in that particular box, if that makes sense. So people being sneaky, if you will. So there's always a chance when you order with as is, but if you do receive things that are used, they're supposed to still be in quote unquote like new condition. So these products aren't supposed to be used. But I do not believe that QVC double checks the stuff that they receive back, and they just put it back into the as is pile. So keep that in mind. I hate that QVC doesn't have better quality control for things like that, but it is what it is, right? Like, admittedly, you guys, QVC is not my favorite retailer to purchase from, and really the only thing that I ever buy from QVC are these Homeworx candles. They do tend to obviously get the largest amount of variety when it comes to these, so there's that. But anyway, just a little blurb there for you guys. Keep an eye out on as is. If you typically have luck with that, this may pop up there. So let's get into it, you guys. I originally actually intended to order 2 sets of cinnamon sugar marshmallow, but I made a mistake, and my mistake was that I ordered 2 sets of spiced acorn when I only meant to order 1 set of that, and only got 1 set of this when I meant to order 2 sets of this scent. That being said, I'm not all that upset with myself anymore because it turns out I really like the acorn spice, so that's fine. And I actually like this candle, but I don't love it as much as I thought I would. So that being said, I will enjoy the set that I purchased, and that'll be it. I'm not going to be hunting down this particular scent on as is, so I will leave that to those of you who have not received this one. I'm not going to fight you for it. I'll give you a chance. But let's get into the fragrance notes here, and then we'll talk about burn, we'll talk about strength and throw. I'm actually quite surprised on the strength and throw of this one because I gotta tell you, on cold sniff, she was light. And I have the other one from the duo that I ordered here. She's still light on cold sniff, but this one is way stronger than I thought it would be. And I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna use the C word, borderline cloying. with the strength that it actually is. I wish this one was lighter. All right. Back to the scent notes. Okay. Fluffy marshmallow, sweet cinnamon, and sparkling sugar. Okay. First of all, I would never, in my mind, dream to sprinkle sugar, either white or brown sugar in the case of this candle right here. Oh, there's also white cocoa, sorry. Which, by the way, I don't get any white cocoa, so we'll just ignore that. I would never dream to put cinnamon on top of marshmallows because marshmallows to me smell very sweet to start with. Like, marshmallows are pretty sweet, right? They're made with sugar. I don't actually know how marshmallows are made. My neighbor down the street makes really good homemade marshmallow. And oh my gosh, whenever she brings me some of her homemade marshmallow, I just want to die. It's so good. So much better than like the marshmallows that you buy at the store. So much better. Oh, and the texture to die for. Lynn she is my go-to person when it comes to marshmallows that I want to just consume. Her marshmallows wouldn't really be good for roasting by the fire. This is all irrelevant. You guys don't care. Okay. So, but anyway, I would never dream to put more sugar on top of a marshmallow, but Harry did. And this is the result. This is a very sweet scent, you guys. I do get that marshmallow note. It obviously smells like there's some vanilla in there, but to me, marshmallow just smells very sweet and in kind of a slightly generic way. But we all know what like the jet puffed marshmallows smell like. If you've ever done s'mores, you know this sweet, kind of gooey, sugary scent. Like it's very distinct and you can smell marshmallow for sure. I do get cinnamon. It is a gourmand cinnamon. It isn't red hot cinnamon, so I like that. I also just get, I guess what you could call the sparkling sugar note, which just means that this is very sweet, you guys. I'm not sure how many different ways I can say there's a lot of sugar in this. There is a lot of sugar in this. The white cocoa, like I said, not even remotely. I'm not picking it up with my nose, and I am now at the halfway point. Like I burned this candle just actually below the halfway point. There you go. That's a view of the inside there. And not once in the probably 6 burns that I've had here has white cocoa jumped out at me at all. Not even once. So, but it doesn't exist to my nose. It might to yours. Let me know. Since this did sell out, I know some of you guys have it. So what are your thoughts? Let me know. What do you smell? Do you smell white cocoa? Put it in the comments down below. But let's talk about the strength and the throw, because this is where I wish this candle wasn't quite the powerhouse that it is, because it is very cloying. I kind of struggle with this one. And so I put it in areas where I know the airflow isn't the greatest in my house, so that the entire house doesn't smell like, I mean, it almost smells like a toothache waiting to happen, right? Like that is how sweet this smells. The strength on this, it's like, it's an 8.5, 9. It's really strong. And on cold sniff, I thought, oh yeah, maybe it'll be like a 6. That'll be great, because then it won't be like too much. It's too much for me, you guys. I know this is coming from the gourmand, sugary, sweet loving, like cookie girl here. It's too much. It's too much for me. And the throw, unfortunately, it also throws like a friggin' beast. And it, even when I put it in places like my dining room here, which tends to like hold fragrances in, or when I put it in my kitchen, which makes it, the airflow in there isn't like the best. And the kitchen can sometimes trap scents. This escapes my kitchen. This escapes my dining room. And it just kind of overpowers everything else that I have going on. When I was burning this in conjunction with my spiced acorn, what I could mostly smell was cinnamon sugar marshmallow, and then kind of spiced acorn in the background. Lovely combination if you have the two, but it's just too much, you guys. So that honestly makes me really glad that I didn't order multiple sets, because I would totally consider returning subsequent sets. I'm not going to return this one that I'm burning here because, one, that would be a jerk move on my part to burn it this much and then be like, nope, don't like it. But two, I think I'm going to keep this around to maybe mix with scents that are a little too, maybe not sweet enough for my liking. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to finish this. I'll figure out a way, believe me. Like I said, I'm not sending it back, but I'm definitely glad that I didn't hoard this one up front, because it's too much for me. If you also pick this up and you have some struggles in terms of how just invasive this scent is, will you let me know? I feel like a complete crazy person even doing this review, because this is basically the type of scent that I normally love. But here's the thing, you know how sometimes when I say like, oh, it has a strength of like about a 6, but that's okay, because if it was any more, it would be cloying. This is why. There are scents where you don't want them to smack you in the face. I would almost consider this probably borderline headache or migraine inducing for certain people. So I would say if you have this and you are one of those people, maybe burn it for like an hour or two and see how you feel about it. If you only burn it once or twice and it's headache inducing, I would certainly suggest either gifting the second one or, I don't know, sending the set back. I hate even saying that because it's just like, then they probably won't be able to resell it. Well, they will, because they've done that in the past. But, you know, like they would probably put the second one at their like QVC outlet store or whatever. I'm sure someone would somehow get their hands on it at some point, so it wouldn't go to waste. But yeah, honestly, you guys, I want to know your thoughts on this. I want to know what you think about the strength. I want to know what you think about the throw. I want to know what you think about the fragrance overall. It turned out to be something that was just much sweeter than I even initially anticipated. And I anticipated sweetness here, but I am blown away by just how sweet it is. So, yeah, there you guys go. It is a somewhat mediocre review for me, even though it's a powerhouse of a candle. And I think it's just because this is a case of just a little bit too much with something that shouldn't be quite this intense, I feel like. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. If this is current as the time that I am editing the description box down below, if it does pop back into stock, or if for some reason it magically shows up at Ulta, I'll put a link for wherever it is currently available down below in the description box. Otherwise, you can stalk the QVC website and see if it pops into as is. But other than that, there you guys go. Let me know if you have any questions, like I said, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.